What about surprises? You've traveled the world, you've seen these cities, you've been all over the place, but you must have, in doing the research or experiencing the cities with this book in mind, encountered things that you thought, no kidding, really?
There's just been cities that I didn't think that I would love as much. So, and a couple of them have been Mexico City and Berlin. And Mexico City is definitely a city that I think will be on people's lists to come in the next decade or so. And I think there's always been a little bit of fear. Well, Mexico City, what's going to happen? And I loved it so much. It was the most vibrant, joyful city. And I felt safer there than parts of Paris. So that just sort of surprised me, the woman traveling alone around the world.
I was going to ask you about safety. Safety is top of mind for an awful lot of people. If you were just going someplace to enjoy it, is it really that dangerous?
It never has been. And I've been so lucky traveling around the world to all of these big, big cities. And you just have to trust the hairs on the back of your neck, and you shouldn't be walking down a dark alley at 3 o'clock in the morning. In general, the entire world is pretty safe.
As you walk around these cities and really examine them, each has its own character.
Absolutely. And, I talked about in the foreword that I wrote, there's 3 things that I always do. And one of them is to return to a place every day in a city. So I was recently in Lisbon for 9 days, and I went to this coffee shop called Lando, which is known for their chocolate cake. And I loved it so much that I went back. And that's where you really find sort of the daily rhythm of people living in their cities. And it's sort of, you become a part of that culture for even just the few days that you're there. A lot of times people say, all the cities are starting to look alike, and they all have Foot Lockers and McDonald's and whatever it might be. But if you find that local coffee shop or bar, or I always go to libraries and grocery stores and dog parks, that's where you really find the differences in the cities, and you really see that it really is different all around the world.